Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? Hope you are best in health at home. This is Park study period and this week is 7 April 27 2020 video number year 13 and it would be your long question of chapter number 2 Qaid-e-Azam's role in the making of Pakistan. The personality of Qaid-e-Azam changed the fate of Muslims in South Asia. Open page number 46. He forced the British as well as Hindus to partition India. Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was born on 25th December 1876 in Karachi. His father, Punja Jinnah, was a merchant. He got his early education at home. At the age of 10, he was sent to the Sindh Madrasatul Islam High School, Karachi. After passing his matriculation, he went to London for higher education. There he joined Lincoln's Inn College, now university, to get the education of law. On his return, he started practicing law at Bombay in 1896. He also began to take part in politics. He participated in the session of Anjuman-e-Islam Bombay and Congress. In 1906, he participated in the session of the Congress to be held at Bombay as a Muslim representative. On the persuasion convince of to make him agree of Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar and Sayyid Wazir Hussain, he joined All India Muslim League in 1913. In 1913. Afterwards, he got busy with changing the course of history of the Muslims. His intellectual politics removed the British colonialism. Colonialism means an exploitation of stronger country to weak country. After the Pakistan came into being, he was appointed the first Governor General of Pakistan. He died on 11th September 1948 in Karachi and was buried there. You may brief this paragraph by your own effort. Services rendered by Qaid-e-Azam. I would like to make it clear that it would be your homework of this week. Question number 8 long, and it would be your self-assessment as well. Right now we will study services rendered by Qaid-e-Azam, provided by Qaid-e-Azam. Under Lucknow Pact, Qaid-e-Azam united both of the nations, the Hindus and the Muslims, in 1916. He got the right of separate electorate for the Muslim acknowledged and got the title of Ambassador of Peace. It would be your short question of 15. He, along with Hindu leader Gokhale, demanded new constitutional reforms in 1913. Again in 1919, his efforts for the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms are of great significance. Actually, Montagu was a Secretary of State that time in the Government of Act of India. Their rule was there, and Chelmsford was the Viceroy of India that time. And these both made reforms that is called Montagu Chelmsford reforms. In 1919, Sir Sidney Rowlatt got an act passed. It was named as the Rowlatt Act. It was a black law. The administration was given unlimited powers, and the civil rights were oppressed upon. Qaid-e-Azam raised his voice against it. He wrote to the Viceroy Lord Chelmsford, in my opinion, the government that passes or sanctions mean mechanism of social control. Such a law in times of peace forfeits me to surrender, to confiscate its claim to be called a civil government. In Delhi Muslim proposal in 1927, Quaid-e-Azam drew the rights of separate electorate and gave an indication to cooperate with the Congress, but it could not be fulfilled. He rejected Nehru report in 1928 and presented his 14th point in 1929, which determined the goals of the aims of the Muslims. He participated in the Round Table Conference 1930, which was held in 1930 to 1931, and maintained the national identity of the Muslims. He injected a new life. He infused a new life into the dead body of Muslim League in 1935 to 1936 and guided the freedom movement. In 1937, Congress, on account of its majority, formed ministers in 7 out of 11 provinces and tried to inflict injuries to the Muslims socially and politically. Quaid-e-Azam used his political foresight and faced these conspiracies, secret, harmful activities gallantly, bravely. At last, Congress resigned from ministers. Therefore, on 22 December 1939, Jinnah put out an appeal calling for Indian Muslim League to observe the day as a day of deliverance. Deliverance means salvation, and thanksgiving, a blessing as a mark of relief. He called it the day of deliverance, the day of salvation. Now, please, this is your last page of 48 of chapter number 2. In October 1937, Quaid-e-Azam was unanimously of one mind accepted as a leader in the Muslim League session at Lucknow. After it, Quaid-e-Azam looked toward the length and breadth of the country on emergency basis. Countrywide tour was made by the Quaid-e-Azam. In his address at Minto Park, now Iqbal Park, in the session of Muslim League, he explained the two-nation theory that became the basis of Pakistan. From 1940 to 1945, on one side, he made many efforts for reconciliation between the government and political parties, and on the other side, between the Muslim League and the Congress. Among them, Cripps Mission, Jinnah, Gandhi Talks, and Shimla Conference are worth mentioning. It was the fruit of his efforts that the Muslim League met with success in 1945 to 1946 election. He made all the conspiracies of the Hindus and the British unsuccessful, failed, and at last Lord Mountbatten presented 3rd June 1947 plan promising to establish Pakistan, and Pakistan came into being on 14th August 1947. It was a long journey. It was very hard, challenging, an impossible task which was achieved by Muslim League under the guidance of Quaid-e-Azam. He made possible to fail the Congress and British conspiracies and remained successful to get Pakistan. Now it is our moral and first and foremost duty to save Pakistan, to make it more strengthened, and try to put our own effort to make it happier and stronger. मौज पड़े या आंधी आए, दिया जलाए रखना है. मौज पड़े या आंधी आए, दिया जलाए रखना है. घर की खातिर 100 दुख झेलें, घर तो आखिर अपना है. Thank you so much. Keep watching. Right now we will do April 28 task 2020. We will do MCQs of this day. 4 possible options MCQs. Who presented the Pakistan resolution? A.K. Fazlul Haq presented the Pakistan resolution. When did Sindh Muslim League pass a resolution in favor of partition? In 1938. A mission of the British government came to India in 1948 under the headship of Sir Stafford Cripps. When did Quaid-e-Azam presented his famous 14 point 1929? In 1929. Who presided over the session of provincial as well as central legislature elected on the ticket of Muslim League at Delhi on April 1946. Quaid-e-Azam. When was the Lucknow Pact made between Muslim League and Congress? In 1916. How many ministers were Muslim League were included in the interim government 1946? 5. When was the Indian Independence Act approved? 18 July 1947. In which annual session of All India Muslim League was the Pakistan Resolution passed? 1940. The year of Delhi proposal is 1927. The World War II broke out in 1939. It started in 1939 but it was ended in 1945. But we will mark on 1939. When was the Battle of Plassey fought? 1757. When did Quaid join the Muslim League? In 1960. How many BC states were there in the subcontinent when the partition of India took place? 635. Okay, you will do your objective and MCQ, match the column and this objective by your own self and by reading, and your reading should be strong. You have now we have completed our chapter number 1 and 2 both in this session. Yeah, according to scheme of work we have completed, and it would be your responsibility. You will do short and long question both, and now we will review schedule we will follow in our 8th to 10th week according to scheme of work. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.